World War I exposed an innocence. The experience of gas attacks for the first time, the images of soldiers removed of dignity and suffering in their masses, was macabre inspiration for the war artists, and the poets put words to the pictures and so chilled the souls of a naive nation back home.
Gas, gas, quick boys, an ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone still was yelling out and stumbling, and floundering like a man in fire or lime.
The world was ignorant no more. Even in this, the most brutal of conflicts, a line had been crossed, a standard was set.
The First World War revealed that whilst it was a highly unpleasant and damaging weapon, it didn't necessarily affect the outcome of the conflict. It wasn't a war-winning weapon. So I think there's something where there was a very much a moral repugnance about the use of it.
The 1925 Geneva Protocol made it illegal to use chemical weapons. Syria is party to that. But Syria didn't sign up to the Chemical Weapons Convention, which came into force in 1997 and bans the possession of chemical weapons. Bullets and bombs have killed millions more people in history. However, they are considered acceptable because they can be targeted and largely controlled. A chemical attack is utterly indiscriminate. In the words of David Cameron, they are morally reprehensible and, in the minds of Western leaders, a just reason for intervention. Regardless of international law, chemical weapons have been used in recent decades. In 1988, Saddam Hussein attacked the Kurdish town of Halabja. Thousands died. Scientists were still finding traces of chemical weapons in soil samples up to 4 years later.
The most horrific was this young chemist, she was a 22-year-old woman, and she showed me her leg. She had been exposed to mustard gas, and the skin had been stripped off her leg from the crotch to the knee. It reminded me of an orange skin having been peeled off the orange. That's what it looked like, with this raw flesh beneath. And that was mustard gas. This was an agent much less toxic and potent than the nerve gases that appear to have been used in Syria.
Time has moved on, but the words of Wilfred Owen still resonate, because as the world is being reminded, if a leader is desperate enough, then neither law nor morality will stand in his way. It's the certainty of proof, though, and the response that follows that, which politicians must agree on, regardless of history. Alistair Bunkall, Sky News.